hear you. All right. Well, let me put some content out there for the viewers and the Steam Deck 2. So this thing isn't lurking in the shadows somewhere, so it's coming. But anyway, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. Or excellent. What? Alright, so what do we got here? Talking about this Steam Deck 2 here. I'm on PC Games In and I saw this article. So it says here Steam Deck 2 release date, Steam Deck 2 release date estimate and latest news. It says here's everything we know about a possible Steam Deck 2 release date, as well as Valve handheld price, specs, and benchmark rumors. It says here, what is the Steam Deck 2 release date? Question mark. It says development in the mobile processor market have led to some speculation being cast that the Steam Deck 2 could be closer than we first believe. I would kind of agree, but that's just me though, based on the Z2 Extreme chip, but that's just me. But anyway, it says here, could Valve turn to a more traditional solution to power the Steam Deck 2? And could it get the jump on the competitors to AMD's shiny new mobile processor? It says Valve may have already released the best handheld gaming PC, as we've coined it in our Steam Deck review, but that doesn't mean the company has been resting on its laurels. We saw that with the refreshed Steam Deck OLED, and the company has confirmed it's also already hard at work putting together a Steam Deck 2. This isn't too surprising given how many people are clearly interested in the deck. Time will tell. Oh, they're trying to steal my line. They took that from me. But anyway, it says here, however, how much of an upgrade will it offer, and whether it can stand up to more powerful competitors? Subtopic. Steam Deck 2 release date and estimate. Our best estimate on the Steam Deck 2 release date is 2025 or later, as Valve designer Lawrence Yang recently said in an interview with Bloomberg that a next generation power upgrade won't be available for at least 2 years or 3 years. This was said at the time of the Steam Deck OLED launch in November 2023. That said, we may see another refresh of the original Steam Deck before a true Gen 2 device is launched. It says crucial. Yang also said that while we're thinking about a Steam Deck 2 at all times, a big leap in tech will need to be present itself before major strides are made. In other words, while the likes of the Asus ROG and Lenovo Legion Go already use a newer, much faster AMD chip than the Steam Deck, Valve may well be waiting for an even more powerful, as yet unannounced chip before it feels the upgrade complexity within complexity in recertifying all Steam Deck compatible games is worthwhile. Lights. Alright, now sorry about that. Then it says most handheld enthusiasts likely already have a wish list of features they'd like to see in the company's next system, such as our hopes that the Steam Deck 2 should be modular. That's not to say Valve agrees, but it would negate the need for a multiple version boasting different specs and traits. Valve may be keeping the fine details of what it's cooking up in its Washington office under the strict lock and key. However, we do have some ideas of what to expect from Steam Deck 2 compared to its current generation portable powerhouse. Let's look at the Steam Deck 2 rumors. Says here, Steam Deck 2 price and estimate. Gabe Newell previously described hitting the $399 MSRP Steam Deck base model as painful, so it's possible that the Steam Deck 2 could cost more, especially given that the price of the materials need to make PC components continue to rise. This is also more likely given the starting price of a Steam Deck OLED is $549. So we imagine a fully kitted and upgraded Steam Deck 2 is set to put a tight squeeze on the wallet. Then it says, speaking with Edge magazine, Noel shared that the deck most popular SKU is the most expensive one. He says that the company is reading this concentrated demand as consumers saying, we would like an even more expensive version of this in terms of horsepower capabilities or whatever, so we could see a premium version of the Steam Deck 2 surpassing the existing $649. Then it says Steam Deck 2 specs and rumor. There's no official word or any substantial leaks surrounding the Steam Deck 2 specs, but Valve has made some comments about what it would like to improve with feature iterations of its handheld gaming PC. Then it says, in recent reviews, Valve says it wants the Steam Deck 2 to feature better battery life and screen technology. Battery life could be much improved over the current deck by increasing the battery capacity above 40 WHR, which would help address one of the core complaints about it. And then meanwhile, a move to a new generation OLED display such as Samsung latest QD OLED could offer improved brightness without impacting battery life. A move to a higher resolution or a slightly larger screen would also be welcomed by many users. Most recently, confirmation has come from multiple sources that the AMD Ryzen Z2 Extreme chip will be released early next year. This mobile processor will improve upon the Z1 Extreme currently found in devices like Legion Go and ROG Ally X. Then it says, while Valve took a different route with its original Steam Deck APU, it's hard to ignore the performance advantage that the Z1 holds over the AMD APU found in both LCD and OLED models. With the chip set to release early next year, there's every chance that this could be inside the Steam Deck 2. However, it's also just a likely part of a Legion Go or even yet another ROG Ally. So we're following the developments of the new chip very closely and keep you up to date as to when exactly we expect to see it and who will have the privilege of launching the first AMD Ryzen Z2 Extreme handheld. And what he says, Steam Deck 2 performance rumor. It says with expected launch date seemingly set for 2025 at the earliest, there's understandably isn't yet any in the way of official or leaked Steam Deck 2 performance benchmark to pour over. Instead, it's merely the case that we hope to see Valve make improvements to battery life and gaming performance compared to the current deck. Either way, playing video games on the Steam Deck 2 should require less guesswork than on current versions, as the list of compatible games grow ever larger. Plus, there should be more headroom in the new device for games that struggle to run well on Steam Deck and Steam Deck OLED to be playable on Steam Deck 2. Then it says, if you can't wait for Steam Deck 2 to release and want to go more from the first gen console, check out the best Steam Deck accessory and grab yourself a Steam Deck dock so that you can hook your handheld up to a gaming monitor. Alright. Well, Steam Deck 2, and that's the end of the article. Steam Deck 2. Okay. Okay, we got the LCD, we got the OLED. Alright. We had 3 versions of the LCD models. 64 gigs, 256, 512. And then we got 2 models of the two models of the OLED. 512 and 1 terabyte. Alright. And the OLED model is a 7.4 inch screen. LCD, 7 inches. Alright. So, a Steam Deck 2. Well, with news of a a Ryzen Z2 chip on the horizon, and then you got Valve, and then you got the Valve talking about in about 2 years. Well, I think they're being very cautious. They're taking their time. They're not rushing it, and they're doing what's need to be done to make sure that the Steam Deck 2 gets launched and gets to the market. So all that takes time and work. But in the meantime, we got the LCD, 64 gigs, 256, 512, and each model you can put a 2 terabyte of storage in it. And then on top of that, if you're very good at modding, and if you're very good at modding, then you can put 32 gigs of RAM in the 3 LCD models. Then you can do it for the OLED. For the OLED models, 32 gigs of RAM. DDR5, that is. So, with news of a Z2 chip right now, 2025, Valve is taking their, Valve is moving like a snail crossing the street with the Steam Deck 2, but they're keeping their eye on the market. So I think they're going to surprise us when it's time. But right now, nothing is being said or nothing is being leaked, anything, because of NDAs and stuff like that. So they're being very cautious, and they're listening to all the reports that that people have with the LCD models and the OLED model, and they're working on it by giving those models updates. But with the Steam Deck 2 now, the button layouts, I would say keep it the same. Keep it the same. Don't change it. The screen should be 8 inches, I would say. I think the Steam Deck 2 screen should be 8 inches. 8 inches. Right? Now, the other feature I would love to see they have a on the Steam Deck 2 or the original models right now is a system restore. You know, like a function in the boot menu. They need to have a system restore, you know. And let's say you have a base model, say like just this is 64 gig model. So let's say you have a base model of the Steam Deck 2, and you want to increase the storage. With the Steam Deck 2 now, if that's the case, then let's say you buy 2 terabytes of storage for starters with the Steam Deck 2, because the games are getting big, the updates are getting big, all that. So when you put it in the Steam Deck 2, then the Steam Deck 2 is supposed to format the SSD right away, and then you take the system restore and then install it on the SSD, and that will save you some times. Now, for the people that are people that are expert in like installing the SSD on the Steam Deck, they can do it the manual way or they can do it the easy way, but or whatever. But for people that are not technically savvy, with the Steam Deck 2 or the original models, the system needs the Steam Deck needs a system restore. So when you put a 2 terabyte SSD or 4 for starters, the Steam Deck 2 or the original, it formats it, and then you take the system restore and reinstall the OS with all your saved data, and then once that's installed, then you install the fresh update on top of the system restore and then carry on from there. So that's what I would love to see with the Steam Deck 2 though. I would love to see the screen be 8 inches, 8-inch OLED, or what's that? What they say here? See if I can get it. They say QD OLED, or the one that the Zotac is using, the AMOLED, a combination of both on this screen. I would like to see the screen 8 inches, but OLED all the way. OLED, QD OLED, or was it AMOLED? One of the two. But anyway, yeah, I would love to see 8 inches, and then whatever the specs is going to be in the Steam Deck 2, that's what it's going to be. And since the modding community now can do 32 gigs of RAM on the Steam Deck, the 64 gig model, 256, 512, or the OLED 512, or the 1 terabyte OLED. Since they can already put 32 gigs of RAM on it, they got videos on YouTube that does that show you how to do it. I would love to see at least, for starters, say, since it's 32, say about 48 gigs of RAM in the Steam Deck 2. 48. Since the original model can do 32 already, can do 32. And you gotta have the tools to do it. But since you're coming out with the 2 now, they should make the Steam Deck 2 with like say 48 gigs of RAM for starters. Just for starters, and then if they want to expand on that, they can expand on it if they want to. But that's what I would love to see. But yeah, that's what I think needs to happen with the Steam Deck 2 though. But whatever the specs is gonna be, it's gonna be, you know. But as far as the RAM goes, yeah, about 48 for starters. You know, since these games are getting so big and so demanding, so, or 64 if they want to. You know, if the price is in the if the OLED model right now costs what, 500, then that should be the that should be probably the starting price for the 2. That should probably be the price around the $500 price mark. You know, a beginner model, or you know, a beginner model or the intermediate model, beginner model, then the intermediate model, then the, you know, the advanced model. So yeah, you know, same rule that they apply to the LCD models, same should be applied to the Steam Deck too. But right now, there's no, I mean, Valve, they're working on it. You know, they're working on it. So when that time comes, get ready for it, or better yet, start preparing for it now by putting your money together. You know, yeah, put your money together for it, because it is coming. Every day that goes by, it's a day closer, you know, to that day. So put your money together for it, because it is coming. You best believe that. So yeah, but in the meantime, enjoy your LCD models or your OLED model, whatever one you have, you know. So and then wait, you know. But it is coming, man. So 2025 is almost upon us. What, today's the 24th of what, September? Yeah. Time moves, man. Time moves. So yeah, time moves. So yeah, you know, put your money together for it, because it is coming. And you know, like how Valve surprised us with the OLED model, surprised everybody. I think the same rule applies with the 2. But it's only a matter of when, you know. So I think they're gonna really surprise us with the 2 when that thing decides to show up. So in the meantime, enjoy the ones you have and put your money together for it. Start now, you know. So yeah, because that day is coming though, that's for sure. So, and of course the competitors are gonna come out with newer models of their handhelds, you know. So keep that in mind too. You know, Zotac might come out with a new model. Orange Pi might come out with a new model. The OXO, ANEO 1X GPD, Logitech, yeah, Lenovo, MSI might come out with a new version. So yeah, the competitors will be coming out with a newer models for their handheld. So keep that in mind. So yeah. But as far as the Steam Deck 2 goes, Valve is keeping their ear to the street, but they to me it's like they're not saying anything. They're not saying a word, you know. And I think they're probably working on it, but only time will tell. So you got to enjoy the ones you got right now. But until that time comes, yeah, you got to wait. But while you're waiting, put your money together for it, because that day is approaching though. That's for sure. And yeah, when it comes out, it'll be time, you know. So, but right now, the original, the LCD models, the OLED, they're getting updates on a constant basis. Updates. They're getting updates, and games are being released, and games are being sorted, and those even have updates and expansions. So in the meantime, right now, yeah, enjoy what you have. But I'll keep you guys keep you guys in the loop on what's going on with this whole Steam Deck 2, you know. So, but Valve is working on it. And speaking of AMD, they got their hands in so many things now, you know. So yeah, they got their hands in so many things. So keep that in mind, you know. Look, I've seen articles that talk about ARMS. I mean, you got an article on ARMS. They try to absorb Intel. I got to keep my eye on that situation too. So yeah, AMD's got their hands in so many things, especially with what's it, RDNA 3, 4, Zen 5, 6, and then talks of a Zen 7. So AMD got their hands in everything. Of course, they're still updating their FSR. FSR 4 comes out what, next year? Yeah, and frame generation, and yeah. So I'll keep you guys in the loop. But AMD got their hands in a lot of things, man. But behind all of that, the Steam Deck is lurking somewhere. So yeah. But in the meantime, right now, enjoy what you have. You know, enjoy what you have. You know, and put your money together for the Steam Deck too, because it is coming. 2025 is almost here. That's another 3 months, and go on from there. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy though. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars, Star Trek thing. Board, Dark Section. Come on. Peace.